Might as well say what you gotta say before you're dead.
And I encourage you to watch it once, twice, 3 times. I love when politicians
Let me tell you something. You all think we stupid, you know.
If you take offense to it personally, that's your business. And it's the number one watch show.
Good evening and welcome back to Citizens Review with myself, Aaron Ferguson. We've been off air for a while, so it's good to be back on television. We've been off air for almost 2 months now, the months of February and the month of March. And we're catching the tail end of March right before the Easter weekend. So thanks for having us back in your house, in your room, in your shower, wherever he is watching this show, and at your computer, anywhere in the world, not necessarily the Bahamas. Thank you very much for watching Citizens Review. Now, we were away for a while for a reason. And that reason is, aside from the fact that, you know, some of the things that we say offend some people, and some people find the truth a little disturbing. You know, there were big sponsors that we had that didn't take so kindly to us questioning what it is that they do. And, you know, our big sponsor decided that they would pull their sponsorship, which is fine. In fact, on that episode, when we spoke about what the sponsor at the time was doing, we said that we anticipated that they would pull their sponsorship. What we did not anticipate was that they would think that our show need not be on air. But that's all right, you know. We'll work with the parameters that we're given. We hope that people find it necessary to sponsor Citizens Review, because as I continue to tell you, if you don't sponsor the show, when the money gone, it'll cut off, because I can't do everything. That is the simple fact of it. I cannot do everything. So I can't be the host and the fundraiser and the producer and the this and the that. I can't do it. I'm not interested in doing it. What I'm interested in doing is researching issues, providing you with hard-hitting, factual commentary and analysis, and helping the Bahamian viewer to understand what is going on in our society. That's what I'm interested in doing. I can't be a fundraiser. That's not what I do. So when the funds dry up because you're not showing that you're sufficiently interested, then they dry up. Keep sponsoring the news and all kind of foolishness, and don't sponsor this show, and then it'll come off air. That'll be the cut and fluff of it. And as you know, I don't mince words, and so there's no need to mince them in this case. So, you know, Citizens Review is back. We have good, strong sponsors that have decided to support our efforts. Bijou Turner downtown being one of them. So we're back on air. And so we begin, as we always do, with hard-hitting, necessary commentary. Now, for those of you who get offended, you who I call the silly people, who don't understand what is necessary in order to preserve a democracy, I would invite you to go and review any work that you possibly can from Aristotle or Plato, if you're interested, or go through any of the philosophers that have discussed this idea of democracy. And one of the most important things that they come to is a statement made by the philosopher Voltaire. I may not like what you say, but I will defend with my life your right to say it. That is important, because the discourse is the most critical element of a democracy. If there is no conversation, then the democracy is stagnated. So it doesn't grow, it doesn't move, it doesn't develop. And we've experienced that from the days of Lyndon Pinling controlling media with the 1ZNS to the days of Hubert Ingram liberalizing media and then using particular media houses to get messages out, to the days of today where big sponsors and or big money makers in this country believe that they could tell you what you can and cannot say. That is anti-democratic behavior from a foreigner or from a Bahamian. And it is peculiar to me that it is seen as such normal behavior. And it is disgusting behavior in a democracy of people that think that they have rights to speak and air concerns. It's sickening, really, that it is even thought that a company could use its marketing budget to attempt to quiet voices. Any company in this country. And those who attempt to perpetrate that ought to be identified as perpetrators against progress. That's what they are. But that's okay, because I done tell you all, and I can tell you again. I had a friend in Florida. He used to say, and it sounds a little vulgar, but it is what it is. And this was his saying. He used to say, I am a Bahamian, my ma and pa Bahamian, and they had sex for me in the Bahamas. And I was born in the Bahamas. And my ma and pa are Bahamians. And they was born in the Bahamas, and they had sex for them in the Bahamas. My point here is that I shall not retreat, and I shall not surrender. So any forces that like, you might as well come kill me, because that is the only solution to a fella like me and people like me, like the thousands and thousands that watch Citizens Review every week on television, online. I ain't joking with y'all. Any of you that want to be perpetrators against free speech, line up and come say that to my face, because I am not afraid of you, and you will not intimidate me, because I ain't them kind of people. I's a Ferguson from Auckland's and a Francis from the Fort Hill and Benimini. My ma side is the Smith and the Knowles from Long Island. I know mixed breed, I know mix up, I straight, plain, and clear. And that is not to diminish the capacity of anyone who is a mixed breed or anyone who has parents from different countries. We are citizens of this country just alike. Even the population of people known as the Haitians that people attempt to treat differently. I don't see nobody as different. We are in this country and we have to preserve it just alike. So, the show must go on, and I can be in it when it goes on. So anybody who believe that y'all could put your forces together and threaten the likes of free speech, I will not relent. I coming for y'all fellas who believe that you could threaten the likes of free speech. Anybody. Because I know y'all like to do that. And y'all believe that that is normal. And y'all believe that that is okay. And you believe that threatening the integrity of journalism and free speech and expression in this country is the order of the day. You same people who criticize Penland for doing the same nonsense. Well, my brothers and sisters, not me. I will not relent. Ask Aaron Kiki Knowles what happened when he kicked me out that F&M convention. I will not relent. That I told him that day that that was going to be the worst mistake he ever make. And I will not relent. This is a different breed of person you are dealing with. I am not the type that looking for no government job. I don't interest in government job. I am not the type that looking for no handout. I don't interest in that. I am also not the type that looking for nobody to give me no contract. you could keep your contract. I am also the type that like tuna and grits and corned beef, and I'll eat that until we achieve what it is that we must achieve. So you might as well bring your lunch if you're coming to fight with me. Because unless you like tuna and grits and corned beef and grits and could eat that every day, you're going to be in trouble. So, now that we've gotten that out of the way, we could talk about some of the wonderful things and some of the very silly things that has been happening in the country. But know this, if you like Citizens Review, stop talking about it and support the show. That's the cut and fluff. It's very simple. If you don't support the show, it will come off air. Very simple. Those who seek to silence the discussion will win the battle if the rest of us who are the citizens of the country who want this kind of discussion to happen do nothing. Evil prevails when good men do nothing. I ain't asking you to come up here and speak, you know. I'm not asking you to do nothing difficult. I'm not asking you to expose yourself. I ain't asking you to do nothing exciting. All I asking you is if you have a budget in your business for this kind of thing, you know, the sponsorship thing, and you know that we are the #1 watched television show in the country, everybody that's watched Citizens Review, when you go to your breakfast table, everybody talking about Citizens Review because we are the only place talking some sense. I understand that. I've been made to understand that by people. I never thought that that was the case, but people tell me, Fergie, you got to understand, you're the only one who to talk sense. So I accept that's what people are saying. Perhaps I am the only one talking sense on TV. Plenty of people got sense. Everybody ain't on TV. I ain't asking you to come on TV. I also ain't asking you to put an ad on TV. If you're scared they'll victimize you because you put an ad, first thing you should do is recognize we in a challenged country. Second thing you do is just donate the money to the cause. Bring it to JC, and I don't want nobody money. I don't make no money from this. Not a dime. All I do is lose money from this. I know what approvals I'll never get. I know what offices I can't never go into. That's fine with me. People die every day. They'll die soon. The fact of the matter is, I am simply requesting that people who like this show assist the show. That is all. You could frame that however you like. If you don't assist, it will not be on TV. So don't ask me where the show gone. You figure it out. It's a very simple idea. You got to pay to be on TV. So you got to pay. That's where it went. It went where you don't pay. So I ain't rowing you. I just telling you. If you want it on, you got to pay for it to be on. I can't do everything. All I could do is risk my little life to talk sense. If that ain't enough for you, that's your business. Now, we can take a break, and we are going to come back and talk about the year in review. We had a whole big, long year. I know this April most, but you know, hey, it's Easter. This is the beginning of the Christian year where all us can be praising God in the Carifta trials. So, yeah, all Christian people, y'all serious, you know. The Christian Council ain't say nothing about Carifta yet. They going to Carifta. They can be there on Big Good Friday where you don't even play organ in the church. And they can be out Carifta with cowbell and chicka, 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 chicka. God must be there. He's omnipresent. We'll be right back after these messages.